Hello, everybody. This is Gina Cinardo, and I am interviewing one of our participants for the Emerge contest that I have launched in January of this year. We have several different participants, and I would love to introduce you to Emily Armet. She is a real estate broker of Avalon Real Estate and Home Loans, and she is launching a new website and restructuring her brand to reach more people to help them buy and sell homes. Well, thank you for joining me today, Emily. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Gina.
So tell us a little bit how you got into real estate.
Well, I used to be an elementary school teacher, but always loved real estate, and my family always was interested in homes. Um, so after I had three children, it was hard to teach school just because it was a lot of hours. So
Hmm.
about 15 years ago, or in the time that I was having children, maybe 20 years ago, I got my real estate license, and then I've been practicing for 15 years, full time in the North County. So I just always had a love for it. It was more flexible than being a full-time school teacher with children.
Nice. That's nice. Well, that makes it a lot easier. You can set your own hours and really customize your business that way.
Yeah, and
So,
now the kids are like young adult and teenagers, so I have a lot more time to,
yeah.
devote to it. So, I have a lot of flexibility now. And now I have kids that are getting to the age of buying homes and all their friends and my nieces and nephews. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
new clientele.
How long have you been doing real estate?
I've had my license for 20 years and
Wow.
I've probably been doing it full time for 15 years.
Wow. So you mentioned in your write-up that you are trying to reach more people. What have the initial challenges been that your brand has faced that has prevented you from getting the outreach that you've actually wanted? What was the deciding factor to update?
Well, the reason why it's been difficult is because I work from my home and my clients are my sphere of influence in my community. I haven't reached out beyond that. One good thing about it is I'm able to offer a lot of discounts and rebates to clients. I charge less for full service listings and professional services because I'm not paying a lease on a building. And another thing is I don't need to sit in the office. I can be out all the time. And, I'm just one person, so it's hard to man an office.
Yeah.
Um, so that has been the challenge. And now I guess I see a need, and that is why I'm trying to reach more people. Sometimes I cringe a little bit when people, young people in my own community don't get good help, are not, and they sometimes don't even know, that I could have represented them and I could have helped them. So yeah, I just feel like I really have something to offer and I can help people and I can offer good advice, especially now I have a lot of young people in my life just because of the age of my family. So really just wanting to help people and coach them and help them to be able to buy homes. And sometimes that coaching starts a couple years before they even attempt to with
Yeah, exactly.
establishing good credit and saving for a down payment. So I just really feel I have something to offer and I want to help people. So that has kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone to try to reach more people.
Gotcha. So what the prompting of rebuilding the website was really so you could become sort of the teacher to share some of that content and to reach out to
Yes.
people prior
Mhm.
to them potentially becoming clients.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Are you going to have a blog?
I have never done a blog before, but I am interested in learning how to do that. And
Oh,
I love to
nice.
write, and I just feel like I have a lot of information to share. So that
Yay,
is
that's great. That's great because storytelling, I think, is one of the best ways to connect to an audience because
mm,
they want to work with real people. They don't want to work with just somebody who's out to just make the paycheck. They're actually looking for people who have purpose and passion. So that would be an excellent idea. But a website is great because you can then tell the stories of who you really want to work with. So you're actually targeting a specific audience. And with the real estate, you can. you can have a diverse type of clientele, but I
Mhm.
know some realtors will specialize in something very specific. Do you specialize in anything, or do you just love to work with everybody?
I really do love to work with everybody, but because I'm also a loan officer, I'm a real estate
Oh,
broker.
nice.
And that license allows me, and I have an additional license as well, which is the NMLS license. So that allows me to do loans as well. So I tend
Okay.
to work with a lot of buyers, especially lately, because I am educating them through the financial part of purchasing a home. So that
Gotcha.
means I've been in contact with them for quite some time before they're ready to buy. So that's kind of become my specialty. I do love to work with people of all ages. I used to really specialize in like the baby boomer age group because they don't love, they like it when I go to their house and speak with them.
Hmm.
They like to talk on the phone, on the landline. So when I first started, I think because that was the age that was buying and selling real estate, I became really good at communicating with that group. But as my sphere gets younger, now I'm
Hmm.
working with more young people,
Hmm.
from 26 and 30 years old, and a lot of financial coaching. So that has been more my specialty now. Buyers who need
Wonderful.
financial um,
Yeah.
assistance and coaching.
Well, that's a really added benefit too than just a typical realtor. So that's something that you could certainly highlight on the website as well. I
Yes.
think that's really great. How do you envision using some of the photographs that I would take? Do you have ideas already?
Oh, yes. Well, I don't know if you want to hear the whole thing or not, but I do have some ideas. Well, my sister has this big, beautiful model home in Templeton, and I would see if you could come there, like take pictures of me in the home, because it's just like it's a real home, but it's a perfect backdrop because it's very beautiful. Um, but yeah, just putting them on my website, being bolder about putting out materials, printed materials, flyers. I have a headshot that you did for me maybe less than a year ago, and I love it. And I put it on my business card. And just having good photos, I think, gives me confidence to reach beyond my sphere. Like, oh, I have professional
Yeah.
materials and printed materials. And so I think just being bolder about sharing my website. Being I do have a website. It's not very representative of what I'm doing.
Right. You're kind of
Um,
rebranding technically. You're
Right.
getting out there and telling
So
more.
I
Yeah.
think it's just partially for confidence to feel like I'm just not somebody's mom that's doing this on the side. And I truly am not. I've been doing it for
Yeah.
15 years, but sometimes I feel that way. And I just need to be more confident and reach beyond my sphere. And
Yeah.
that's what the photographs will help me with, a more polished
So how
professional.
how do you want your brand to be perceived in the market?
Authentic, which I believe it's
Authentic?
really authentic. But authenticity is important to me. I'm not a big national brokerage. I'm a kind of a boutique, a special,
Mhm.
a small, where you're going to work with the person that you initially contacted, and we're gonna sometimes become best friends in the next 6 months because we're going to talk a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
going to help these people a lot with
Yeah.
their personal information, financial information, and we just spend a lot of time together. So, friendly, but also very, efficient in getting the job done.
Awesome. That's great. So how does this launch reflect the broader strategy of your brand? So what do you how does this actually um, um, elaborate your marketing strategy or marketing plan?
Well, I guess as long term, I do hope to reach more people and educate more people about buying a home, the many steps. And I am very surprised, and I guess I shouldn't be, about how little people do know about home financing and the percentage of down payment that you need and the credit score that you need,
Mhm.
and also the timeline. What happens first, what happens second, what happens third. So I just really hope to be an educator in the field of home financing and real estate purchases. I hope people will come to me, with questions, even people who aren't my clients. And that's another thing is I'm never pushy or aggressive. I just want people to feel that they can contact me at any time, and I'm not going to bother them for the rest of their life about buying a house or, it's
Yeah.
I just want to help people. So,
Yeah.
and get them in sound homes, that they can afford, that can be their homes long term.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think important. And hopefully that's most of people's goals. But you have a lot of they're all different kinds of people who are looking for property, but typically the ones that I think it sounds like you enjoy working with are those people who really are looking for kind of their nice, cozy dream home as opposed to investment property and stuff like
Sure.
that. Yeah.
hmm And I
So,
do. I do have investors, but lately I have been working with just that first step.
yeah.
And it
Yeah,
will change your
exactly.
life. That first step, even if it's buying a condo at, 26 or 30 years old, like it will change your life. But yeah, lately I've had a lot of those. And it's hard to find a niche, a financial niche in San Luis Obispo County. Many of us are entrepreneurs because there isn't big employers in our
No.
county. So it's difficult
Yeah.
to make enough money here. You have to
Yeah,
get
it
real
is. And this
estate.
is an expensive area to live, so you do have to. I mean, I think that's why I love having a business here, but it's had its challenges as well. So
Mhm.
so what future trends do you anticipate affecting your brand?
Ooh, good question. Future trends. Well, everybody is young, younger than me, it seems now. Um, so therefore, yes, you talk about YouTube and Instagram, and I would like to be more present in both of those areas and reach a younger crowd.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's funny, like you were saying that now that your demographic is younger, I mean, platforms like this, like Zoom, where you can meet people virtually now without having to go to their home, but you still obviously would offer that personal touch too, I'm sure, to meet in somebody's home.
Oh, I do that all the
But a
time. Yeah.
younger generation might find that a little too much. Like they're in a hurry, they got things to do. So they're like, could you just do a Zoom call or FaceTime?
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Who
Mhm.
knows? And who knows what's going to go on with AI and helping the real estate industry? I don't know.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for joining. So, where can everybody find you? You say you still have an email, or sorry, an email. You have your
I have a
website, which is
website.
under
It's
construction, but
well, no, it's up. It's up.
it's up.
And you
Okay,
can reach me through it. It's Avalon rehl.com, which stands for Real Estate Home Loan. So Avalon is the name of my company. It's
nice.
Avalon rehl. And I'm also on Facebook as Avalon Real Estate and Home Loan.
Okay. And are you on Instagram
I
too?
am on, just personally, Emily
Just
Arnett
for
is on
okay,
Instagram.
and just for
Avalon Home Loans and Real Estate is not. So I probably need to add that.
You could, but you could also just be Emily. I'm
Mhm.
both, but
Okay.
well, thank you so much. That's all we wanted to ask. And
Okay.
if you are watching this today, make sure you vote for Emily. I'm going to say that with every one of my interviews, but vote for
I'll take
Emily.
it.
And that's the end of this one. And good luck with everything.
Thank you.